Greetings, everybody, and we are live. That's right. We've got, the three of us to start with. I'm sure we'll end up with some folks along the way, although we're going to have an abbreviated show. Welcome to the Sunday Culture Review with, obviously, Wes Moody and Machiny90 and myself, and, of course, all of you in the chat. We are competing with a very large stream this morning, so hopefully you're catching this on the replay if you missed it live. With that being said, Wes, you got stuff going on in your neck of the woods, and you got some shows and things coming up. Hey, why don't you tell everybody what's going on?
Okay. I'm getting a reverb.
Yeah, there's a reverb.
I just want to take this opportunity to point out that 0 is not a number, Culture. It's a concept. I saw it in your countdown. It really bothers me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. Anyway, so yeah, our state's burning down again, so that's happening. I guess we should get used to that. And the sky was hazy and disgusting. It smelled great. It smelled like barbecue. I wanted to make some ribs and, make a party of it. I will say this. I'm starting to see people just give 0 Fs. And so even though it was smoky out, I saw people bicycling. I saw people jogging. I saw families out picnicking. It was a great thing to see.
Yeah, that's kind of cool and unique. I mean, California is one of those states where you have a pretty laid-back attitude in most, especially Southern California, but even up through Central California. It's only there's only some really uptight areas that are very specific, it seems, and they seem to be the one that drive the bus in the state. But with that being said, of course, do you have anything coming up you want to talk about, since we're probably going to have abbreviated outros today?
Oh, okay. Well, we've got Trekking on Tuesdays, which I'm going to be on Comics Division stream tomorrow, of course. And you'll be there too, I believe. And we're going to have Trekking on Tuesday. We're probably going to do another porn parody, I think, this time. I think we're overdue for one of those. And I seem to keep getting views on those videos and subscribers. So it's like, give the people what they want, right?
That's right, yeah.
And then we have Whatever Wednesday. I'm not sure what topics we'll be covering. It'll be whatever.
Yeah.
And of course... go ahead.
And be trying to hit that one from Vegas. We'll see. Well, a lot will depend on that, but yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And then, of course, I plan on being at the second Nerdrotic meetup in Vegas. Hope to meet many of you there. And then I'll be going to Dallas, Texas for Tony Robbins, and I'm going to try and get some footage from Dealey Plaza. And we should have some fun with that.
That'll be cool, man. That's a great thing. And, so we need to revisit that conversation we had on your channel years ago. Okay, yeah. It wasn't that long ago. A year ago, we had a conversation about the thing that went down at Dealey. So that's fantastic. I can't wait to see that footage that you bring back to us. And, of course, with that, we also have the very talented, you can see it here on the screen, our friend Machiny90, who is already starting on his football season. There it is. What's going on, Mach?
Yeah, in the wake of basically what happened yesterday was Niners had their training camp. My folks went there to show me some of the pictures, which is actually pretty cool. It was actually the stadium was about half full in Santa Barbara, so that was really cool to see. But other than that, yes, I kind of get that little bug in me, so I'm going back to the whole Gridiron Girls that I did last year around this time. So, But other than that, yeah. What Coach is probably referring to is the one up north in California, pretty much where I'm at, and It's nice and sunny out here. It's actually blue skies, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Everything
It
else
is.
is.
You guys live in a beautiful state. I wish they weren't so crazy.
Well,
It's just the people in it.
yeah, hopefully on September 14th we'll live in a beautiful state and a well-governed state. Well, at least from the executive branch. One can only hope.
Well, fingers crossed.
To promote as Shellback arrives, do you have anything to promote, Mocking?
Oh, yeah, of course. I got too many things to promote. Tuesdays, of course, Draw with Maki, my solo stream. We'll return on the tunes, Draw with me, and we'll talk about some of today's topics I've been covering, the Activision Blizzard situation. And on Tuesday, I may give updates to that. Plus, I may talk about what I wanted to talk about on yesterday's Rogue Entertainment stream, which was High Guardian Spice. So check that out on Tuesday. Thursdays is, of course, the spiciest art stream on YouTube. Thursdays is me, Mads Mama Bear, and Rosetta Allen. Go ahead and check that out if you want us to spice up and sexify up your Thursday afternoon. But other than that,
yeah, that's a very thirsty stream, my friend. You guys do a nice
job. But other than that, thank you everybody for the amazing turnout in the past couple streams. Yesterday's Rogue Entertainment was probably the funniest stream I've ever done on this channel.
It was a zoo. You guys put that together, and then Scott followed it up with an amazing dump with wonderful special guests. I wish I'd have been up to that task, but yeah, lots of great stuff going on, and you're doing a great job with the show, Mark.
And speaking of which, we'll have the one and only Lady Gravemaster on next Saturday, so definitely stay tuned for that, everyone.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Even if I can't participate, I'll be watching. You know me. I got the phone out when I'm driving or whatever else. They can't keep me down. But we did have a late arrival. We had our friend, the veteran, the man with the back that's hard as nails. It's Shellback. What's going on, man?
Great conversation, Shellback.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Shellback. I'm here. Talk about pop culture stuff.
Good talk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Shellback is trying to get back in the swing of things. He does have a campaign up to support his return to YouTube. So do check that out. Hopefully someone here in the chat will be able to link it. And he has now left us and he's gone. All right. Well, I'm sure he'll return. He was having some probably mic issues at that point. But with that being said, we want to say hi to the chat because we wouldn't be here without you. Of course, Wes Moody sent us the early super sticker, which is a crazy smiley face, which, that says a lot about the day. So thank you for the 99-cent super sticker, Wes. Our friends, Canadian Spider-Man, our friend and moderator, Canadian Spider-Man in the house. What's going on, my friend? It's good to see you. The ever lovely Lorena Creole is here, lurking. And
hey, Lorena.
She's prepping for the Florida show. Can't wait for that tonight. Lots of subjects to cover. It's going to be beautiful.
I think that's him again.
No, actually, that is the Mirasphere Origins.
Oh, okay.
Minisphere is obviously in the background down for a nap. You can see it. Oh, I'm looking at the swing. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Well, hey, good to see you, my man. Do you have anything to talk about real quick to promote yourself before we get going?
No, just having fun.
Right.
Trying to get things going.
Well, I love your collection of action figures that you have on your mic stand. So that's very cool.
Oh yeah, I got this one this last week.
Oh, that's so cool. So cool. I'm actually waiting to get my Metroid. I think when I mount this microphone, when I mount this microphone on the shock mount, I think that's when I'll mount a couple of fun toys. So we'll see. Looks like I can be on camera for a couple minutes, guys. But,
okay.
If the stream starts to tank, I'll have to take myself back off. But low spec Linux laptop is in the house. We've got our friend again, Lorena Creel, with a $1.49 super sticker, which is a box of popcorn, and I know she's in the background working hard. She puts together on Sundays. The Welcome to Florida stream is this beautiful thing. So guys, stop by tonight, support that show. We're over 100 concurrent viewers regularly now over there. Yeah, things rocking and rolling. And and I know that thing does really well throughout the week. She gets tons of views. You guys are to thank for all of its support, and we appreciate you. We really do. Keely Chow dropped by to say, hey, we got Scott Jennings in the house. What's up, Scott? Hope to see you tonight, my friend. Mr. Dragon waves hello. How's it going, Mr. Dragon? Our good buddy, the Atlantean, for $2 says, "Hail culture." Well, hail indeed to you, my friend, and thank
Yeah,
you.
Atlantean.
Atlantean's got a new video. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's up and running at this point in time. But Atlantean, I appreciate you, my friend, and thank you for your support.
Hail the Atlantean.
Yeah, he's
Hail to our angry fish.
He's
I've seen his stuff in a while.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of good stuff.
I'll have to make sure I'm still subscribed to him. I wonder if something happened. I'll have to check.
Yeah, YouTube has been unsubscribing people lately from pretty much everywhere. Not cool.
I haven't noticed anything from him.
Not cool.
I'm wondering if they did.
Well, he's been busy with other things, so hopefully he gets back to straight up content creation. He also works a lot and very hard.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get back to doing our regular Monday thing over there called the Stream of Consciousness, where literally the show goes wherever it goes. Pretty cool. But we got our friend Awesome One. He got signed out. And yeah, when you sign back in, here I am. Well, thank you, Awesome One.
All right.
Yeah. Glinzer's in the house. Smokey the Bear on California.
I give up.
Well, I think they fired Smokey the Bear is the problem.
I think it wasn't he gave up. I think it just fired him. Yeah.
Yeah, they said that's exploitation of bears, and we don't want to remind people that we don't have those bears in our state anymore. So erase history.
Yeah, you got to change. You got to change the flag though. You still have the.
Yeah, you can work on that. Yeah, actually, there's still some goldens. Anyway, also want to ask the question: are you in Vegas? Not yet. A lot of people thought I'd already left. That was Ryan Cannell. I won't be. I won't be hitting the road for a couple days. In fact, we are actually taking a brief hiatus with this show next Sunday.
From if I'm correct, I think Jeremy of Geeks and Gaming is already on the road.
He's been on the road.
Yeah, he's on the road. Yeah,
he was streaming in traffic yesterday, talking to Ryan, running the show. Ryan's packing up his house to move, so he's on a green screen now. Yeah, I mean, and I can, like I said, I mean, I can get my arms around what he's doing because, I've got an up and back to do today to take care of business before I get on the road myself. But it's going to be an adventure, guys. You're going to get a lot of great live streams from there, but there will be no Sunday culture review next Sunday.
And from what I'm guessing from Ords, there will not be a Wednesday chill and chat Fortnite this week because he's already going to be out of Vegas as well.
Yeah, Ords comes in on Wednesday. Can't wait to meet him and hang out with him and Amber. Kind of a chill out at the hotel for a little bit. I think there's of course, for me, there's always the craps table and the blackjack table and the video poker and the regular poker. We'll see.
You get to meet so many great. You're going to be so many great people, including Gary.
Very excited. And I tell you what. I mean, I think this won't be the first. I don't think. I think this is just the first. I think it won't be the last of the large scale get-togethers. I think we could create our own con out of this. I think that's ultimately, I hope that's what we do. But Rebecca Gold, our good friend Ian, the Mega Geek, he's known by many names and many things, but he makes fantastic content. Do check out Rebecca Gold channel on YouTube and watch the web series because that's what's there. It's amazing. And thank you for the £5. Ian, I appreciate it, my friend. He says, culture mate, keep on rocking it. Thank you. And you know what, my friend? I can't wait to hang out with you and Dan again here in the near future. I'm going to try to figure out a way to free up some of my time frame for that. I'm also looking at moving some stuff around for the UK so that more fans can get an opportunity to see the 6 Minute Daily. So the 6 Minute Daily may move when the time change happens, or maybe even before that. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Dave Myers is here. He says, I think I will have a second cup of coffee. I'm already on number 2. I need to come into number 3.
Is it a Walton's or is it a
No. Although if everything works out properly, there will be Walton's coffee available for drinking, not for the other thing, here in the future, very soon, actually. Yeah. Not the other thing. The other thing. Jaffo is in the house. What's up? Yeah, well, the video is live. Excellent. Okay, yeah, check out the Atlanteans channel. If somebody wants to link Atlantean's channel in the chat, it's fantastic video today. Kind of funny little rant video. I enjoyed it. Noble Arrow is in the house. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Hello to you. Saw you in a couple of different chats over the weekend. It's good to see you here, my friend. Flashcast I was watching from bed. It was amazing last night. What a great panel. Brought Drexel in at the end. It was cool.
I'm hoping to hang out with Lorena next week.
Oh,
We were supposed to hang out this week, but so I guess something was going on, so they couldn't do the show. So I was like, dang. That's all right. I'll be looking forward to
I hope it works out. All right. Well, we've got the chat. We've gotten through the weirdness. Anything else you guys want to say about California burning down before we get started?
I'm just praying we won't have a repeat of last year where on a specific Wednesday I woke up and I realized it was dark outside, looked at my clock, it's 9:30, look out the sky, and it turns out to be Apocalypse or the set of Blade Runner. Your choice.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have better leadership going forward. That's all I can say.
Please.
Please, people of California, please.
Well, I think that there's a lot to be said for the lack of leadership there now. But hey,
Just saying, Missouri, there's plenty of cheaper homes here. I don't even want people to live here. Everybody's going to Texas or Florida. It's like, come on.
Texas, I know, right?
well, no,
Like,
taxes
what
are,
happened to like the middle of the country?
but the taxes are good.
I'm
In
not too bad
Texas.
here.
Yeah.
Still waiting for them to pay me my freaking taxes back. They owe me $10,000 this whole last year, and I'm like, I could use that money because I could buy my computer with that, and it still hasn't got here. And now next year's taxes are coming up, and they're like, you might owe some taxes. I'm like, fuck you. Give me my taxes first, then I'll talk about paying you.
Then we'll talk.
Yeah,
Well, on
isn't
that,
that nice how they get to give themselves an interest-free loan using your
Right.
money? Isn't that nice?
Like it was, if I owed them $10,000, I would be in jail right now for not paying it.
Ron Martin says Larry Elder. I think that's an option in California.
Absolutely. Be a great option.
Yeah, the orange sky from Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, it was in Cali. I remember that. I remember that picture, or a few of them that I grabbed off the interwebs back then, and I was like, now that's spooky how it works.
Yeah, you said Dawn of the Dead. I said Blade Runner 2049. But of course, up further in Oregon, Washington, it was basically blood red, and I was like, "This is the end times, isn't it?"
Ronnie, what are you doing?
Wow. Hey, any Cali people, please move so final solution can be implemented in California. I, for one, welcome the prospect in Arizona Bay. Well, there you go.
Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Arizona Bay sounds beautiful. I think a couple of people talked about Arizona Bay.
Yeah, well, it's on its way. I'm afraid. I mean, at some point, you guys are just going to shake right off the coast.
I'm praying for tidal waves.
Our good friend Shellbach has made it.
Hail Shellbach! Welcome,
There
my
he
friend.
is.
Good to see you.
Is he from Vegas?
No, he's
Okay.
up in the Pacific Northwest. Look at that handsome. Look at the breeze outside.
Yeah, you got the Old Glory flying. I think that's Old Glory.
Yeah. Well,
No,
like I said,
no.
this is
Oh, he's at the
coming to you
library.
from
Okay.
my local library these days.
Shh. Keep
And can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
you're coming through loud and clear.
Sound good. I do know this. Commander Ed Straker of Shadows, correct. California burning is an annual ritual due to about 60 plus years of wildland mismanagement. I could
Y'all
not
are
have said
robots.
that.
Well, I don't think it's been that long. I think we up at least until the 60s we had some decent land.
Wildlife management.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, so the 60s, we were in the 2020s.
Oh wait, I guess it is 60 plus years of. Never mind. Well, you're right. I'm sorry. When you like reach middle age-ish,
1940s.
time seems different to you. I don't know.
Yeah, the scale of time is vastly different when you get to be my age at 50. It's like, oh wow, that was yesterday.
I'm this close to that now.
Yeah, I make the U.S. government come after me every year. I refuse to overpay taxes. A lot of people have that perspective.
Me
Less the
too.
people of California, absolutely. Florida is a state income tax free state. Love it, absolutely. Pay for it with other forms of taxation, which are a little more equitable, in my opinion. Boyos, all my boyos, says Mutant Bamhammer, here intermittently as work allows. Well, thank you for stopping by. That dude is a Ninja Turtle. Yes, he is. Shellbach is a Ninja Turtle. You watched Vigilante Williamson's show instead of Flashcast, Noble Arrow? I did not realize that that was going on last night. Of course, I was also watching on the television, so sometimes I don't get shown all of my options, but I love VW. What a talented creator he is.
Absolutely, yeah. Vigilante, great YouTuber. Love his stuff.
Yes, controlled burns prevent a lot of those fires. Yeah, there are states that properly manage their state and federal land. California is not one of them, and they haven't been one of those for
unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's not us.
So let's see. We've got a couple of options here: ban cars, or we could use a much less expensive method and be able to develop our natural resources responsibly and do forestry management. Yeah, let's ban cars and completely destroy the economy. Yay!
Well, that's the thing.
Logic.
The natural resources. Could you imagine if you cooperated with a lumber company to clear trees so that they weren't, sitting right on top of each other, essentially contributing to the problem? But hey, let's.
That's what we used to do 60 years ago.
Yeah, Ron Martin, you are right. VW is awesome. The brightest day is joining us. Yes, ban people is another solution.
Well, they're trying that too, but that's another show.
Yeah. Well, and awesome one. Well, have you noticed no new cars, car lots? I tell you what, the new cars are not on the coast right now. You can get new cars. You can go to a car lot, but get a great deal on a vehicle right now in various other states, just not certain states. But with that being said, we're going to dive away from this issue, move on to something else. Let's see.
Wait, Small Time says ban volcanoes. Let's see. Oh no.
Yeah, man. This I tell you what, I'm very jealous.
Volcanoes are canceled.
I'm very jealous of where Shellbach is right now because he's outdoors, looks lovely. Very jealous.
Just make sure Shellbach, just make sure you return your library books. That's all I'm saying.
Small Time says we need to ban volcanoes. Yeah, I agree. That probably would help with CO2 emissions. Most car lots are empty near me, Awesome One says. Well, that's weird. Although production on a lot of things slowed down pretty dramatically for a year. That's going to lead to long-term shortages. But anyway, let's jump into the article for the day, the one that we are going to cover and the one that you guys are came for. At least I hope you came for it. It's this one. It is wow, that did not work at all. What is going on, StreamYard?
Yeah, I just switched back to StreamYard too from Restream.
There
Restream,
we go.
Yeah.
It's a zoo. But yeah, here we go. This is the Hollywood Reporter article. Actually, this comes to us courtesy of MSN, just because it was the fastest way to get it. Says box office: The Suicide Squad opens to a lowly $26.5 million as moviegoers stay home amid the Fly Delta. But I don't actually think that's what's going on here. In fact, my opinion is that this is kind of the new normal for the box office. These films are going to underperform across the board, which leads me to believe that there won't be anything. There won't be anything that's super wonderful as far as blockbusters go in quite some time. There will be the unique film that will do it, but I think we're returning back to the 1970s expectation of film, which means that everything that's coming out over the course of the next 2 years is way too expensive. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let's start with Wes and see what he has to say.
Well, if the economics were what they were in the 70s, well, I mean, we're talking about inflation, but that's a different conversation. If the economics, as in, the movie economics, finding the financing where you don't have to necessarily rely on foreign partners, if you know what I mean, for your financing, then yes, I think that would be wonderful to return to an era where you had films that took chances. And, it turns out writers are cheap and you can find good ones relatively expensively. And you take chances and you make interesting films. I mean, even Star Wars was a part of that. So,
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know. Anybody else want to shoot out there in the world?
I really don't have. I mean, other than probably what you said yesterday, I I pretty much agree with Wes. Pretty much agree with you guys. I mean, it is really interesting seeing that we're seeing this landscape of Hollywood change before our eyes, and it's changing, and it feels like it's changing every other day, every other weekend. You know what I mean? You expect something like this to go big for the box office to not really do that big, especially in the wake of other films such as Black Widow, not doing so well, and other films. It's interesting. It's very
No,
interesting.
I think you're right. I mean, and Glinzer actually says, and this is related to some of the reasons why films are going to underperform is the Olympics ratings look like the Oscars. Go for gold became gold for something else,
Yep.
and that doesn't jive well with profitability. The message is not something people are signing up for. That's not a reason to get excited for something, and films are going to have to return to films. Oh man, we lost Shellbach again. I don't know. Mirrorsphere, you probably have something to say on this whole matter.
Well, I watched the movie. I haven't reviewed it. I got to review it yet. But I actually thought at first I was like, this is really dumb. This is over the top dumb. And then I was like got into it and I actually had fun with it. The middle was really kind of a low point where I literally checked the time, how much time I had left. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is still halfway. But yeah, no, the movie was a lot of fun, and some of the character. I thought John Cena was annoying at first. I was like, God, this looks ridiculous because I didn't know anything about his, comic book hero he was supposed to play as.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, and then I kept thinking the main guy was Deadshot the entire time, and then they kept calling him something else. I was like, what? What are they calling? Why are they calling that?
It's Idris Elba basically playing Will Smith. Even what I'm hearing, doing a better Will Smith than Will Smith did in the first Suicide Squad film.
Well, the question is, did they rent out? The question is, did they rent out Bloodshot? Because to me, that's who I thought he was being portrayed as. Am I mistaken? I mean, I thought
he was Bloodshot. That's what he was, but I just kept seeing him as Deadshot because Deadshot, Bloodsport or whatever. Yeah, Bloodsport are pretty much the same kind of backgrounds, and I was just like, okay. I thought they were going to do more with that one guy who had the ball. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah.
Yeah, is Bloodsport an actual character, or is that made up just for this movie? I don't know.
No, it's an actual character.
No, yeah, he's an actual character. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all these characters are actual characters. I didn't think that was the case. I thought they just threw in a bunch of made up ones.
No. A lot of them have been in the comics, and they took a lot more liberty with the comics and such, and also staying true to is what Tommy said, especially with a lot of the costume design, staying really true to their comic counterparts. So.
Yeah, but no, to me, this film had a lot of potential. I obviously also watched the film. I haven't done a review yet. I'm actually going to be doing a video that dives into the financial side of this film on Monday. So I really can't get too deep into this, other than to say that it underperformed. But look, I mean, the story gives you enough information to go on, and we can we can definitely dive into that and then, analyze it from there. In fact, that's probably the right direction to take this. So, the box office recovery took another hit as Warner Brothers and DC's critical darling, The Suicide Squad, opened to a less than expected 26.5 million. They were hoping on the high side 40 and on the low side 30. I didn't think it was quite going to get there from the beginning. Then I started to get more optimistic. Then my expectations fell, and it ended up about where I thought, somewhere between 26 and 28 million. And it had over 4,000 theaters, so it's not like you couldn't see it places. And there are only certain parts of the country where you have to worry about the thing that they're trying to blame this on. But anyway, the movie could claim victory. It scored the top North American opening of a pandemic era film for an R-rated title. That's how I would have put it. Anyway, overseas, where the thing is likewise on the rise in a number of territories, the Suicide Squad collected a muted 35 million from 71 markets. Wow, kids. You realize how little that is from 71 markets for a foreign tally of 45.7 million, a global take of 72.2.
Yeah, and it fell under, if I'm correct, Culture, it fell just short of Birds of Prey.
Yes, it did. Yeah, the question is, will it have more legs? My answer to that's maybe. But the problem is this came out free on
HBO Max.
Media's HBO Max platform, yeah. So that's a problem. I think James Gunn did an excellent job with the film. I really do. I think that for a change, Margot Robbie went back to playing a very good Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, she did a good job in this one.
Yeah, Idris Elba played the character he was playing very well. John Cena, for all of his issues, I think did okay there. And
he had a lot of weird jokes.
Stallone was amazing as King Shark. I don't care what anybody says.
That's what a lot of people were saying. That was like the standout performances was Stallone as King Shark.
Yeah,
I actually really liked the character.
I ended up liking. I didn't think I was gonna, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Peter Capaldi. I mean, I'm sorry,
right.
He did a decent job. I don't know. The Thinker
himself.
I think it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Warner's was predicting a $30 million start, so it fell short, $3.5 million. And the studio has not disclosed its streaming viewership numbers. Well, I tell you what, between Samba and in the near future Roku, you're going to have a pretty good feel for this, especially since the Roku numbers will incorporate the Nielsen data, so you'll be able to actually see how many minutes are being streamed of the thing, in addition to that. But anyway, that's a little ways in the future. But this weekend's performance of Suicide Squad shows yet again the unpredictability of the theatrical marketplace, whose success rises and falls based on an ever-evolving set of disparate factors, including not only the usual film-centric metrics, but also the impact of the thing on consumer behavior, says ComScore's Paul Durgarabedian. There, that's the word. That's his name. Look, he's not wrong. This guy's close on this, but ComScore wants to be an aggregator for advertisers on streaming platforms that also have ads, like an ad-based tier. Mm-hmm. So they're going to try to be the also ran. It's the thing that the people that are currently upset with Nielsen want the everybody to go is towards ComScore and some similar things, so that they don't have to listen to the fact that Nielsen is pointing out that the ratings on everything are diving. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it is what it is. But anyway, he says to further oops. Let me do that better. Of course, the day and date release of any film has implications, but in today's environment, it's too simplistic to analyze a movie's performance based on that variable alone. And look, I mean, they're trying to compare this to Black Widow and F9 and everything else. And well, the difference is here is the rating. Neither of those films was rated R. Anyway, I want to hear your guys' takeaway on that part of the article. And once again, we will start with Mr. Moody.
Oh, okay. Wait, I've got an echo.
Reverb, yep.
Okay. All right.
There we
go. Okay. Well, I mean, it just, I think it's a harbinger of things to come, and we'll just have to keep watching and seeing how things unfold. What's that I'm hearing?
I don't know. Well, Shellback joined us again. And
Oh, okay, gotcha.
we've got
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just so turned off by Hollywood right now. But we'll see. I mean, I'd like to get good entertainment again.
Right.
I don't. Despite how it's doing in the box office, I highly doubt we'll see someone like Margot Robbie wanting to like file a lawsuit against like Warner Brothers or something like what we're seeing with ScarJo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, she still has a little bit more time in her career, I think, than ScarJo does.
Well, and she's already said she's not playing the character again. So
Yep.
that was, the last thing. Wow, check out Shellback.
And to be fair, her last performance of Harley is probably her best.
Yeah, I think you're right, Makini. I really do. What do you think, Mirrorsphere? Do you think any of these things factored into the performance? What do you think factored into the film's performance that we got?
I don't know. I think all the crap that's been coming out though has really made people not want to go to theaters. Just not just because of the COVID crap, mostly just because there's this was coming out, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I wasn't excited for it. I didn't think it was gonna be any good. I was just like, this day and age, I don't expect anything from Hollywood good. I think it's all gonna be crap. And it came out, and I actually enjoyed it. It was actually fun. It was like it wasn't a great movie, but it was like a lot of just over the top, crazy, fun.
And I
you
think
could tell.
Sorry.
Even the actors, you could tell like they were having fun. Like I swear, there's got to be some scenes in there that wasn't scripted that they just did themselves just because they were having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Garrett was saying on his review I was watching last night, was that it was like it did one of the most important things is that it was escapism. It took you away for a couple hours. And I think that's what we need more in films.
Yeah. And then it preached to you. It didn't make like all the guys completely stupid and make Harley Quinn like crazy good. They just kept the characters to whatever, they had a couple really cheesy jokes and stuff in there, but it was really great. It was just fun. It was like, okay, I had fun for a couple hours,
Yeah,
there was a part of it that I was like really bored in, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, like Gib comes back. So I'll
probably be watching it today, but I think you guys are onto something. I think that we've been burned by Hollywood so many times that we're just so skeptical that we need to know something's going to be good or not woke before we spend money on it. And I think, unfortunately,
that's the unfortunate thing.
What that means is that a lot of people are sailing the high seas. And once you get people sailing the high seas, they get accustomed to sailing the high seas, and so you're really shooting yourself in the foot. You probably shouldn't have had all that woke crap come out, and you should just focus on making good movies.
Yeah, but the caveat to that, though, Wes, is that oftentimes the people who do sail the high seas, and if it's something that they flat out enjoyed, will go out and still buy like the film and such afterwards.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
That actually feeds into what Awesome One's saying here. A lot of people they aren't venturing out because they've already been turned off by mass media entertainment, and he specifically here says we have so many shows that don't involve famous people, so why bother following big budget stuff anymore? That's 1,000% true. Of course, we also have people doing stuff that lots of us would like to see, like Shellbach hanging out. Look at everything going on behind him. There's a car show. I mean, he's out in the world.
I think Hollywood needs this poop scooping truck.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. That is
Scoopology. What a great name for a pooper scooper company. That's amazing.
And look at it. You know what? They knew they were going to the car show today, so that's perfect advertising.
There you go.
Actually, I had no idea that this. I mean, I know that we have a car show here in my town in August every year, but I forgot all about it. And like I said, this is one of my internet spots, and even though the library's closed on Sundays, I can still sit outside and hit off the Wi-Fi signal. But yeah, I
Oh,
did
yeah.
not
There you go.
realize that the car show was this weekend.
Man, that's
And
awesome.
this is
That-
just part of it. On the other side of the building, there's a whole another big parking lot that's full of cars.
Wow,
So,
look at that vet
Nice.
behind you,
Yeah.
dude. That thing.
Man,
I-
I would.
I
Man,
think
I want to
the
go with you now, man.
yeah, me too.
I
think
don't know.
Oh,
the
I don't
the
know if
poop
you
on the
guys
back
can
of the
see-
truck is a nice touch.
Yeah.
maybe we could do something where me, Wes, and and Shellback, we could all go to the SEMA show. Later on
I
this
There you
year
go.
in Vegas.
I don't know how far away I can walk from the building, and I think I can get across the street. But I don't know if you guys can see, but over there is a DeLorean, and I do
Ooh.
believe I see some. I do believe I see some wires hanging over there, so we might be one of the time machine conversion cars.
Oh, that's cool.
One of the
That's
Back to
awesome.
the Future cars.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah.
like I said, this is
But,
a reason that people are out. People are out in the world. People are doing more fun stuff. Like,
Hey, Minisphere.
Uh-oh.
Hey, little guy.
There's the mini one.
Hi.
There's the little one.
and that's the thing. And we all get to hang out. with
Oh,
him.
ouch! He just crashed
Careful.
into the mic with his head.
Careful.
No, those are his hands. He's got
Yeah,
it.
he's fine. Oh, he's playing with it though. Hey, he knows what he wants to do. He's going to be a broadcaster like that. But Kaylee, like you get to hang out with great people like Kaylee, and you have the cute
Exactly.
nerd here, giving us some insight, saying maybe the people working in movies are telling the audience to all but kiss their arse are to blame for some of this as well. I think that's true. They're making
Always a
excuses
possibility.
for bad movies that no one is willing to pay to see. Andre Enrico, that's probably accurate.
Mm-hmm.
People don't pay to be preached to. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's one of the reasons why you have to have an uplifting message at church so you can get some money in the plate. You don't.
Yeah, the communion plate.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Also, I mean, as far as going out to the movie theater, and that is, when I see a movie that I want to watch, I'll go to the IMAX, and the IMAX is located in Sacramento, which is about 35 minutes away from where I'm at, and I just know. Okay, so I live in kind of one of the redder areas of Northern California, but when you go to Sacramento, like everybody's a masked Nazi, everybody's a vax-a-Nazi. It's just everybody's really smug, and especially when you go to like the downtown area, the midtown area where the IMAX is, and so I just like I don't want to deal with it,
There's the
Oh,
DeLorean
It
kids.
is.
Yes.
Oh,
want that.
look at that.
I want that right now.
Oh man, I hope that's not permanent bolt on. But if
I know,
it is,
right?
somebody went all the way, and you know what? More power to them.
That's amazing.
Man, I love those cars.
Yeah, speaking of more power, some maniac dropped an LS motor into one of those and managed to made it to like the stock transmission or the stock transaxle, and they're like, yeah.
YouTube.
Oh, go
I think
ahead.
I saw it on YouTube. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was on YouTube, and he's like, yeah, I can only do like half throttle because I'll destroy the transmission.
Yeah.
And it's so well done. I mean, you have to remember that was a box. That was a box frame, very similar to what they do with Lotuses, Lotus Elise, and
Yes.
the Lotus Esprits are a box frame like that. It's very cool stuff. An X frame they call them.
Yeah. The main frame rail is down the center of the vehicle, and then it's split. Yeah, it's very very interesting design.
Yeah, well,
So-
and it actually, believe it or not, you'd think it would twist more, but actually it reduced twisting. Yeah. Very cool.
Torsional. Yeah.
Yeah, and that makes the car more stable. Rides
Guys,
beautiful.
come on, guys! You gotta stop it, man. I gotta. You get me back into my Midnight Rush stuff now.
I don't know how much of. I don't know how good the camera angles were because,
Awesome.
in order for you to, in order for me to show it, I had to like face the camera away from me, so I don't know. I couldn't see the screen, but
I want to be where Shellback is right now.
but yeah, they got it all tricked out. They got it all tricked out, Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if you guys saw the Doc
Yeah, dude,
Brown's name tag and all that stuff on the jacket.
I know, yeah, it's amazing, man. And we can see it. It's a little jumbly, but it looks great, man. And your phone's hanging in there. That's awesome, man.
I think it depends on when you caught up with the time machine. It could be Einstein's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing. I love that. Yeah, that's a good shot, man.
That is a shot right there.
Wow. You could really get a. They must have really, really detailed that thing nicely because
Oh,
that
yes,
looks
they did.
shiny.
That's
That is
beautiful.
so shiny.
You know, they were stainless steel body, right? The whole
I
body.
need
Mhm.
one of them,
Yep. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why the shininess is.
I need one of them.
Gotta go
selfie
back in
sticks, 'cause
time. Take me back in time.
Louis Lewis in the news. Yeah, Roof Korean for $5 says China considers gaming an opioid and youth companies bending the knee to ruin gaming industry for 4 years.
Yep.
I think Hollywood caught on, but it's too late. Well, I don't
Well,
know.
well, that's true.
I don't think
And
they
you know,
got on.
China, we always hear stories about China having like serious restrictions, especially, you know, with the CCP and such, having serious restrictions for gaming, especially for younger gamers, having a curfew and everything, and it does hurt companies like Tencent who have made such a huge killing in the Chinese market.
Well, and actually, the right now, I mean, a lot of those companies are being reined in by the government at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, cute nerd? Broadway got a bailout. I mean, I wasn't really going to start to dive into that. You and Glinzer brought it up, but they did get a financial bailout, so to speak. But no, I mean, again, turning away money is going to be something that people are going to have to deal with, individually. Mute Bamhammer says Suicide Squad is opening low due to limited appeal. Well, it's also an R-rated film, not normie bait like Superman and Spider-Man, more graphic superhero film. Yeah, the R rating.
Well, yeah, but I think it is a double-edged sword. It is a double-edged sword, but the fact that Warner Bros. And DC are still open to do gives them a little bit of an edge because they're able to do what Disney and Marvel won't do.
Right. Well, we also have Atlantean bringing something up is that the streaming services will eventually Weinstein themselves all over the industry if they release new films for nothing on the services. If the recent revenue lawsuits are a sign, this is Hollywood's gender check. Well, that's a strong way to say that, but I can't.
Either that, or it's just this transitioning to being the new cable TV.
Transitioning.
Look at that. It's very lovely where Shelldock is. The day is beautiful. There's great car to check out. Man, so cool.
Damn it, I'm gonna go where Shellback is right now.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, Bruce Lombardo says something very wise. He says, "No Joker, no Batman. Why bother?"
Well, this is true, but Suicide Squad does stand on its own, especially in the comics and such.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need that big of a name, such as like Joker or Batman, to carry it.
Wow, there's the poop truck guy owner. Maybe not. Anyway, yeah. And Dave Myers says for an R-rated movie, the big bad looked like a Teletubby. Yeah, it was a little odd. But Starros, I feel like it's kind of appropriate for the more comic booky look they were going for in the film. But again, I mean, Wes has not yet seen it, other than obviously the things that have been revealed in the trailer, which included Starro. So there weren't a lot of surprises for people. Xavier Morales says, "I'd go to the theater for a good movie." Yeah,
a good movie.
Xavier, you're 1,000% in it, my friend. Matt G saying hi to everybody and promoting everything. Thank you, Matt G. Canadian Spider-Man doing the same. Thank you very much, Canadian Spider-Man. Biggles Met says, "I thought the movie sucked. Just because it wasn't woke doesn't make me want to watch it." Biggles, I get it, man.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I thought the movie was okay, good. I even gave it a good, but it wasn't great. And if I were to review it, I have several issues with it, including its length, which, believe it or not, you can make a very, very, very long film.
Yeah. Felt really long.
And people will love it. Or you can make a very short film and people will love it. You almost never fail when the films are, shorter.
And it's always kind of a balancing act too, because in some ways, in some ways, shorter films gets the advantage of that means they get more play in theaters on any given day, and with not as much longer films. And it really is kind of a balancing act because a lot of times shorter is sweeter.
Oh no, absolutely, my friend, and that's the thing. I mean, and Glinzer says here, I think Venom 2 will be the highest-grossing comic book movie of 2021. Yes, Let There Be Carnage will be a big film. Spider-Man might also be a big film.
I think Carnage looked cool, but man, Venom's still that weird, jokey. I don't know.
I'm mixed. I am so mixed on Carnage, though.
Carnage is awesome. I'm just like, Venom, would you stop with stupid jokes? You're not a funny guy. You're not Spider-Man. Spider-Man has that funny, quippy,
corny humor.
Yeah, kind of corny a little bit, but man, it's like Venom is supposed to be like serious and deadly, and I don't know.
Well, and LDG makes a great point by slapping things on a streaming service. I mean, they create their own piracy circumstance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The pooper truck. That's right. Yeah. The pooper truck. Hey, Kip Ellis. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Man, I thought Austin was super lib. I'm grateful more people aren't wearing masks. Well, it just depends.
From what I'm hearing, Austin's really bad right now.
And look, there's a lot of great reasons to protect yourself. So Minisphere is so cute.
Yeah.
There is a documentary on John DeLorean on Netflix. It's quite good. I'll have to check that out, Jaffa. DeLoreans are just amazing cars. Shocked is still on the road, not a victim of electrofire, which took out about 85% of the DeLoreans due to the piss poor assembly in Ireland. It's kind of odd that a lot of the people that loved the vehicles went out and rebuilt the wiring harnesses and everything, or had it done professionally. So, and Shellbach, thanks for taking us on a tour of the car show. Until you disappeared, that was pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, apparently I found the limit or whatever. I tried going on the other side of the building, and it didn't work.
Whoops.
It's a beautiful day where you are, my friend. So we're all quite jealous.
Blue skies.
So am I.
Minion brings up a good point, and some others in the chat have done it, also saying that superhero comic films are going to be on a downturn now. Yes,
they will be.
And it's not exactly because of the intersectional stuff or any of the stuff or anything like that, but just because it's a genre that's been milked to death, and it's a trend. And much like westerns and film noir, except that both film noir and westerns are going to be on the uptick now, I predict.
You won't be getting something the equivalent of the MCU ever again. I'm not just saying Endgame, but just an something that was equivalent of the MCU, that 10-year plan ever again. It's almost like if Feige in a way kind of caught lightning in a bottle with that, and that was because it was so innovative at the time. You won't get that ever again.
No, you're right, my friend. And that's kind of it. I mean, it was all timing. And you know what? He should have gone with the Star Wars thing and, jumped over to that when he had the opportunity. And, and the next thing is going to be fantasy and Westerns and all that. In fact, so much so that even the great Clint Eastwood is releasing a new Western. So here in the near future. So keep your eyes on that. But Biggles agrees it was at least 30 minutes too long. And Bruce Lombardo makes an excellent point that encompasses not just the super chat, but the following chat, which says, talk to me about going to watch Top Gun Maverick. That entire thing. I want a great movie in a cool theater with some great food options. I am not going to watch some so-so movie for a $50 experience at the Draft House.
Agreed.
Yeah. Totally are reopening across the country.
Yes, they are.
So, they're a great place to see a film, especially a good film.
As long as they don't pull the same stunt like they did with the Wonder Woman, premiere, that they basically got them in trouble.
Yeah, and we have Forbidden Ruin saying something that I think might be true, although maybe not. Again, ultimately, these budgets are not sustainable at the current performance levels.
No.
But Forbidden Ruin says those praising this film just created us a Birds of Prey 2 dumpster fire like the first. I don't know. I hope not. I don't think they'll do it. It could happen. I don't know that it's likely at this point, but I'm going to go see Venom 2 in theaters, even though these people ruined the character in the first one. And I don't like Woody as Carnage. I'm way too old. Well, dude, we'll just have to see. Woody Harrelson brings it as an actor. Think what you will of him as a person, but as an actor, he's really, really good. Someone has to be Spider-Man if Spider-Man isn't in the film. Yeah.
That's just that, and I admit that what turned me off from the first film, despite the fact that I've heard nothing but good things about it, was that it just, from a story and lore perspective, and from a comic book perspective, Venom cannot exist without Spider-Man first. And this is kind of the same way you see with Joker and such. And I know people have made that argument with Joker as well, but even then, that's kind of an exception to the rule.
And Xavier Morales, yes, you're going to start to see more noir films. A good noir film sounds good. Not the femme noirs, though. Yeah, not the new ones. Again, you can have amazing femme fatale noir-based films that are very, very good. It's just modern ones. I mean, the spin on females now is not reasonable. It just isn't. The Clint Eastwood Western. Yeah, I know, cute nerd, I am too. Andre Enrico says, if Shang-Chi fails, you can imagine the excuses Disney will invent. Yeah, well. Yeah,
you can also imagine the excuses Disney will make for the Eternals as well.
Yeah, well, that thing's gonna flop harder than, I can't even imagine at this point. And at this point, Disney hasn't had a win this year, unless you can think of. Can you guys think of a win Disney's had this year?
Did Disney have a win last year?
Well, 2019 there was no win. Wes, can you think of one?
A win that Disney's had in the last year?
Yeah, or in the last 2 years. I give you.
I mean, aside from Endgame, but that was about it. I mean,
was that 2020?
That's 2019.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I've not.
But as far as 2020, I can't think of a single one. You could say, I was going to say you could say Mandalorian, but then again, that's part of the streaming service and such, and we know how that turned out.
And Bruce says, go ahead. I'm sorry, Wes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just going to say the streaming service model, it's going to be a game changer. I mean, you're looking at, how these movies are performing on the streaming services when you have to pay an additional fee when you're already a subscriber. For the most part, most of the streaming services, they've even said it. Kevin Smith said it. We've already gotten our money. We don't care.
Yeah, well, it's true. I mean, and it's clear. I mean, he right now, the reason he's so quiet is because he's been shooting Clerks 3. He's already in it. So, a lot of people are like, well, he's been missing. I'm like, yeah, but Jeremy from The Quartering did that the other day. And I'm like, dude, he is shooting a movie. He did his promotion. He's now shooting a movie. Oh, sorry, Wes. I didn't mean to leave you up there like that. Zach's, what's going on? Let's see. Yes, he is a very good actor. I sense, Forbidden Ruin says, I sense a BOP2 in July 2023. I don't.
No.
Margie Robbie says she's done with the character. And you destroyed all the other Birds of Prey.
Right. And what was it? I forgot who the director was. It's just they're applying for Birds of Prey 3, but no, it's not going to work, especially, do you guys remember when they were trying to say that Birds of Prey didn't flop at the box office before lockdown, and that it didn't flop, but it didn't do as well as they thought they did. Plus, it was clearly, and I mean clearly, defeated by a blue hedgehog. Yeah. Which, safe to say, Sonic is was the most successful film before lockdown that happened. Yeah. It's something.
Yeah,
Sonic was the thing is, the Sonic was the case of this is what happens when you actually listen to the fans. Just saying.
I think that this film was good enough that it would have been okay.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of room for improvement. But you're not going to get a successful box office when you, again, don't appeal to the broadest possible audience. And when you get an R rating, you're reducing your audience, unfortunately. The comic book movie trend actually started in '89 with Burton's Batman. I think that's true. And then a few films through the '90s, and then the 2000s when Dark Knight and Iron Man. Exactly. Yeah,
2008.
I think it's fading out.
Well, it kind of started with Superman 1979.
But it went away. Think about how
It
long
did. It went away, yeah.
And the Atlantean, what we will see next is more deconstruction films. Think Joker and well, a lot of people didn't like the Joker. A lot of people really loved it. So
I liked it for what it was.
You're following the moniker, the model of what's been going on in the comic book industry these past couple of years, which we are seeing these deconstruction approach to many of the great heroes, this propping up of mainly female heroes all over the place, and just bad writing. It's badly written, badly executed stories.
And you are
all for the sole purpose of pushing an agenda rather than actually entertaining or creating good stories.
Well, but here's the thing. Those films aren't going to make money either. And they've already, it's like, look, you did, to me, the Joker is its own version.
Exactly.
What was the found footage film in the horror genre? I always forget. The Blair Witch Project, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, any subsequent Blair Witch kind of thing will, perform, less and less well, I guess, for a way to say that. So we'll have to see. Top Gun is coming out soon. I don't remember the exact dates. The parks reopening might be considered a W for Disney. Well, to a certain extent, except they're revisiting their policies on, masks and some other stuff. So, and again, consult a doctor about any and all things that have to do with your medical health, because none of us are, medical experts. But when it comes to stuff like that, a lot of people may say it's just not worth the hassle, especially in the weather that you get in Florida. But, there's a lot of hassles that go along with the theme park nowadays, including the reduction in staffing, which means that your wait times for lines and food are much longer. But there are a lot of issues that go into that, guys.
I gotta get going.
And we're not going to go a whole lot longer. But Makini, go ahead and promote yourself, especially. I can't wait for a day's dream.
Yeah. So this was I had this idea. It was looking at one of the pics I saved, and I thought of doing kind of like a collage or some kind of mural in this way. And like I said, just because football season rolling in, I know my folks are getting excited. I know everybody's getting excited. I know despite the what we've been hearing with the NFL and what they're going to be doing in this season moving forward, it's definitely not sparking confidence. But I think it's always that time of year that people still get excited for football, especially here in America. So I figured, let's revisit something that I was doing this time last year, and let's get back into it, since there seems that people really liked what I was doing back then. So, but yeah, we're gonna get into that on my channel in about 30 minutes or so. So I will see you guys over there.
All right, guys. Thanks, Makini. I appreciate that. We'll definitely have you on in the background. Guys, do check out Makini Draws, formerly Makini 90. And his show today, and all the great people that hang out with him. I really value that entertainment all day long on Sundays. It's a great stream, lots of good people. Cute Nerd says, I'm amused at the L's Hollywood is taking, but claiming them as wins. The box office says otherwise, and maybe they will get another bailout. But if not, whatever.
Whatever.
That's right. And I don't know, Wes, you think they're going to get another surgical strike bailout? I don't think they will. What do you think?
I don't want them to, but when you look at the kind of incestuous nature of politics in Hollywood, you never know. I don't know how they would sell that. It would be a really tough sell, I would think. I would think people would be extremely pissed if Hollywood got another bailout. So But again, our government, it's another show. It's another show.
It is, and we
I,
can
I
on your channel. But yeah, I mean, it's just we're in that weird place, I think, where we have to make decisions about how our money is spent. And right now, if the public isn't spending money on Hollywood, why would you bail them out?
Well, I mean, when the first bailout came out, they tried to keep it as quiet as possible on that was happening, and the people that were paying attention did raise a bit of a stink about it, but they still got one. So whatever.
There you go. All right, let me take you off there. I know that's a tough place to be. Joker,
yeah, I had to pick my nose.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Joker is a comic book ripoff of Taxi Driver. That's 1,000% accurate, but a lot of people enjoyed the film. And, there are some found footage films that are good, but they have diminishing return. They found that out with every single successive one in the horror genre. And of course, I agree with some others when it's stated that Scream kind of ruined the horror genre for a while. So, I can't wait to see what, Halloween Kills looks like. So we'll see. Yeah, bailout. Yeah, I don't think the American public wants that anymore. And right now the unions are saying that the studios want recovery on the regular frontline Hollywood employees' backs. The union members' backs. I would say that you're missing it. They're going to take Hollywood's going to take their money out of their stars as well. But that's a whole other stream, and I guarantee you I'll get into that on Tuesday. On the Tuesday tirade, because it was more talk about this and how things are going to perform. Of course, again, I mean, I think these films, the budgets for these films are going to get drastically cut. But man, this is such an amazing time to watch what's happening around Hollywood and mass media in general. I think that as we check out the poop truck some more, I think
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking about bailouts, and I'm thinking about the history of bailouts in our country. And that was when our country was founded. That was just, I mean, you would never do that. Private sector is private sector, business is business. But when you think about bailouts, you think about a combination of state and corporate power, and I think there's a definition of that. And so I would say just say no to bailouts. What I would do.
There you go. Yeah, and you know what? And there's reasons to do that. And again, this is not a political show. I mean,
that's just a history lesson. I'm not even getting political.
Yeah, absolutely. And Xavier, I mean, Xavier Morales says, I think it's bailout for another year or two into some new financial system, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how they would shift it. There really isn't a mechanism for doing it, at least in this country. And if you try to do it, you're going to have a whole other problem. But with that being said, Shellback at a car. Now, yeah, Shellback's got a really good opportunity to be at the car show. Absolutely, yeah. But with that being said, I think we're going to wind down. Like I said, I really just wanted to cover that. We got a lot of things to deal with going into many creators that'll be traveling. You're still going to have great shows by great creators the entire time. Look forward to that. I look forward to everybody else that I get to hang out with in person and of course electronically, because we'll see you all there. But with that, any final words, gentlemen? We'll start with Shellbox since he's already on camera.
Hollywood, get some poop trucks.
I love your message today, my friend. I appreciate you. Guys, when Shellback's up and running again, do support his channel. He needs it. Anime Academia is a really cool show for those of you who are into it. Also, check out his funding mechanism right now. He does have a GoFundMe up and running and a PayPal and all that. So let's try to get him back up into a place where he's at full speed. And while we appreciate the great outdoors, I'm sure he would appreciate broadcasting from his home studio. And finally, we have, not finally, but next, I think I'm going to bring up our buddy Mirasphere and all of his origins.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. We love you guys. And Hopefully, well, I'll hopefully get. I can't go to Vegas, but I will be definitely, hopefully, streaming with some people, maybe, or watching all of your guys' streams there and hanging out. It'd be cool to
Well,
see. Watch.
I think we'll still be able to do largely a lot of the shows we do. The only one that won't be happening next Sunday is the Sunday Culture Review. So
Yeah.
Wednesday live probably won't happen just because I'll be in the car. But you know, there's shows will still go on. You'll still have streets over on Mad Barbers Entertainment, you know, and stuff like that. You have a lot of great stuff to check out. You know, a lot of different channels, including, and finally, Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast will be having all of his shows until he shows up in Vegas for a brief period of time.
Absolutely. So tune in to me at youtube.com/Wes Moody Webcast or on odyssey.com/Wes Moody Webcast to talk about current events, pop culture, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and I will vlog about whatever the heck I want to. Hope to see you there, my friends. Thank you, and have a great weekend.
And thank you all for being here. As you can see, we had quite a cool panel, and Shellbox at one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen, hanging out with the DeLorean. It's just beautiful, my friend. A little time machine action here as we draw to a close. I'm going to end the show the same way I always do, in the same manner I always do. And it is what it is. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. It is. And until next time, bye.
See ya.